Make sure when you come in, you like the stream, share. Make sure you comment too, please. Let me know you're in here. Give it a couple minutes before let y'all warm up. Let y'all warm up. I got a lot of busy day planned today. A lot of tattoos planned today, man. It's gonna be a motivational day for me. Good day. Good day. I hope everyone's gonna have a good day today. I hope my 1,000+ content creators are doing good this Tuesday. So I went through my channel and I fixed a couple things. I've been taking notes. How you doing, Lushana? I've been taking notes with a lot of things. So I went through and I switched a couple things on the playlist, right? I got rid of a playlist and then I'm starting to put the things in the right categories, different videos in the right categories. And so what I want to do is have about 5 categories just for different people, right? And then later on, I might do a gaming YouTube on a different channel. I don't know. But at first, originally, I was going to do like different playlists, like a prison playlist. How you doing, powerful queen? Well, but I was going to do a different playlist, right? So one would be like for motivational. One would be like past experiences. And one would be gaming. It would be like a life vlog YouTube. But that ain't really what YouTube wants. But you can make it like that. It's your channel, right? So however you want to make your channel. But so then the other thing I've been working on is getting things consistent. So like you know how Lushana, you got like Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, every day you do something different, right? You name something like Throwback Thursday and stuff like that. Well, I don't know, man. It's kind of hard for me to think of a couple that I want to do because there's so many different things I could do. It ain't hard because I can't come up with no ideas. It's hard because there's so many different ideas, right? There's so many different ideas that come to my mind. Like I could make a Facebook post before I go live and tell the little homies like, look, come interact, you know what I'm saying? Try to learn something. And then I'll get a tattoo after, you know, to one lucky person a day or something like that could win like a free little tattoo. And then that'll pick up the algorithm and help people out. But so my thing is I don't want fake people around, right? I'm not dealing with the fake people. I'm not dealing with the cheap people. And I'm not asking nobody for no money. You know what I mean? All I'm trying to do is help everyone out in our community. So the people that joined up in our community, I feel like there's only going to be a small number of us, but it'll keep growing to good people though, like real supporters. Like it's going to be strong, and it's already strong, and it's only going to get stronger, right? So I don't know if you got my email, Lushana. I sent an email, and I sent the little thing that I put on my post, 1,000+ subscribers or whatever, you know, so people could comment under that post. And when you comment under that post, right, other people will come to that post and they'll see, look, so and so only has 600 and some subscribers. We need to try to push them to 1,000, you know. And then with more new people coming, you know what I'm saying, it's just gonna build. You know what I mean? Of course, there's gonna be fake people that come around that just try to get a couple of subs and stuff, but we're trying to really help each other out to support each other's families. You know what I mean? No, so look, what I do is I give a little bit of my talent away, right? Just a little bit for free, right? So like, I really want to teach the little youngsters how to do tattoos, right? And so a lot of people get mad, like, oh man, you're about to do, cause I'm gonna make a list, right, with like certain tattoo guns, the kind of ink I use, the green soap, the different type of the wires, where to get like cheaper tattoo guns that ain't too expensive. Cause like, see this tattoo gun right here? This tattoo gun's only $30, right? Bro, I've bought $400 tattoos that didn't even work. The tattoo guns that haven't even worked as good as that one, right? So I'm gonna show people the size of how to get that, right? But all right, so if I give a little bit away, it'll get the little youngsters interacting, right? And so like I said, I'm gonna do a $2 giveaway, right? I'm gonna give away a whole bunch of $2 bills with motivational quotes and try to give out like pass out positive spirits to the community, you know, so the whole community would like the whole community knows me for the most part, right? But there's still a couple people that don't. And so the people that don't, I need them to know who I am because I actually do a lot of help around my community. Like I impact on a lot of people's lives, but I want to get out there and do even more and more and more, but without taking crazy, dangerous chances no more. You know what I mean? All right, so let me tell you this before, real quick, right? Before, so last night when your live was getting ready to start, right? There was a thunderstorm, right? The Wi-Fi went out, even the phones wasn't working, right? So I'm like, dang, can't even get on her live right away. So I went in the kitchen to clean some dishes. There was a spider on the sink. Man, I get the chills thinking about it, right? Because I don't like bugs and stuff like that, right? Now, you would think, you know, hardcore gang member, been through some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Shouldn't be scared of no dang spider. All right, so I wasn't really scared of the spider. I just grabbed a paper towel. And when I went to smack the spider, man, like 50 spiders came out of that spider. That I think that spider was giving birth on my counter, and they start going everywhere. Man, look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I yelled for my wife to come help me. Hey, you gotta come help me. Come help me. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. Oh, she was talking so much stuff. But yeah, that was creepy. And then I got to get on. Then the storm stopped and everything was cool. But yeah, that was just a quick little funny story that keeps hitting my mind. I don't know why I woke up today thinking about spiders. Yeah, all right. So look, the other day I was so busy doing tattoos, right? I was so busy doing tattoos that I couldn't get to everyone that wanted tattooed, but I had scheduled somebody and she waited for like 40 minutes and then she was like, oh yeah, I'll just come back another day, right? And so I inboxed her and I told her that to pick out whatever tattoo she wanted and I'll just give her half off. So she picked out one that was like 120 bucks or something like that. So I told her I'll just do it for 60. So it made it cheap on her. You know what I mean? Like I try to work with people, and then there's a lot of people that do work with me. I got some loyal customers as a tattoo. Man, I should make a post on my Facebook and see how many people that got like full sleeves from me by now. Like everyone says I should be taking pictures and this and that. Man, I'm so busy talking to little homies about self-destruction and stuff, right? A lot of little dudes don't like to be in pictures, right? And then like sometimes when I listen to like everyone wants to be a rapper, right? So I'm in here tattooing, but I tattoo the whole city, right? So they don't get along with each other. So, but it's crazy because when you could come here, I let you put your playlist or whatever you want to listen to on my YouTube. And so now when I push play on my YouTube, different rappers from the city will come on from different sides that don't get along with each other. So if there's someone here getting tattooed and that music come on, they be looking like, man, why are you listening to him? Because I support Lil Homie from the city, man. I tell him I can't keep y'all together. I'm old, man. I don't know who gets along with who, and I'm not keeping up with the Joneses when it comes to that. And then I get to explain to them what a op really is. How do you figure dudes are op, you know? And I get to going in on them about that. So, yeah, the spider situation freaked me out. And then what's even crazier is I got spider spray, right? I try to keep up on everything around the house and some, right? There's always something that needs to be bought. And I went to grab the spider spray. Tell me why it's empty. Twin brother or somebody used it and just left the can there. Didn't tell nobody it was empty, no nothing. Like, man, there's certain things that just irk me. And that's one of them, man. We always make lists of stuff we need at the store and stuff like that. But so like I was saying though, back to the tattoo stuff is I want to get a list of all not the cheap stuff that the youngsters want to get, but I want to get stuff that they could afford, right? Like tattoo gun, the wire clip, power box, everything that we need, right? Even buy a couple of the new tattoo guns that they got going on, right? And then do a giveaway, right? Maybe give one away, right? And then do like three people at a time classes, right? And charge like maybe $1,000 a class, but allow you little youngsters, they can't afford $1,000 right now. So I could work with them, and then every time that they want to do a class, then they just bring $100, and then I show them what to do next. But then it's an 8-week class, of course, that I'm gonna be doing. Yeah, Amazon sells this stuff, and I got an Amazon affiliate link, right? But the only thing is, right? So what I do is I'll take like the numbing cream. I'll go to Amazon and I'll take the numbing cream that I know works, because everyone asks me what numbing cream is the right stuff, or does it really work. So then what I'll do is I'll make a post. I'll go to ChatGPT with the affiliate link and the whatever product is, and I'll upload it in there, and I'll say, make me a Facebook post with this link in it. You know what I'm saying? Tell them, the customers, this is what I use, and to click here and let them, because when you do it, you gotta let them know that you get small percentages when you get paid for Amazon, right? So I let them know I get a small percentage. So I had a couple people buy a couple things, but it's not much money, but it looks more professional. It builds your portfolio up, right? And so I just wanted to figure out, let me think, I wrote down, I need to figure out about the email thing. So when you do have a chance, if you could go on the email and tell me if, you don't have to post it to your YouTube. I'm not trying to tell no one what to do. Eric the Kid, what's up, little guy? And that little guy got a lot of talent right there, man. He's gonna be a big time one day, man. He's gonna be big time one to the day, little guy. I promise you that. Just keep working hard. You got a lot of talent, man. You play that instrument better than most grown people do, young man. See, I forgot what I was talking about. I seen Eric the Kid come in here. Man, little guy's gonna be famous. But all right, so I got a shout out to my new subscribers. Right, in the last couple days, I've got a lot of good subscribers. Right, Alexis Milner. Right, Poetic Tears, All Things with Maja, Living with Lena, Edge Walker, the Kimba's Family, Demo999, and Life with a Disability. I appreciate all y'all for subscribing to my channel, and hopefully we can build and continue to build and make things happen, you know what I mean? Like there's a couple channels that I feel like, all right, so strategizing real quick. There's a couple channels. If you look in your YouTube analytics, right, under the people that subscribe to you, it'll show you who got like the most subscribers, who got the lowest subscribers, who subscribed recently, who subscribed first type stuff, 365 days, etc. Right? What you want to do is you find the people that's in your circle, your 20%, right? The people that are supporting you, right? And you see which channels is growing, right, in our community, right? Because they're part of our 20%, so they ain't gonna have no problem with helping you. Because think about the people in our community, like 95% of the people ain't gonna have no problem helping out. I would even say higher than that because the community's so good, right? But you want to see who's growing, right? And then go to their channels, right? And always make sure anyone in your 20%, you put that notification bell on all, right? And try to always pay attention, right? Throughout the day, see who's on, and keep certain names in the back of your head, right? And the channels that are growing, you want to study to see what they're doing, right? And I'm not saying copycat them, you know what I'm saying? Come up with similar ideas, right? Luciana Success said, put all your new subs on your community posts and connect your live stream with a win. Yes, for sure, for sure. That's what I gotta finish. I got that written down. I gotta finish the community post for the new subscribers, right? I gotta do the Monday through Tuesday or Monday through Friday. Figure out what days which type joint. But what you do is you see the people that are on your list that are going up on subscribers, and you go there and you communicate. You go tell everyone, hi, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? You don't go in there and be like, oh, come to my channel, or I can help you build, or you don't go in there and force them. Then just go in there and just have conversations, talk about the weather. How about them Broncos? You know what I mean? But um, I don't know. That's just a couple things. Tracy Local Learning, she came on her last video. I believe she said she had some ideas, and it's crazy, right? Because she was thinking the same thing about me, like writing things down. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just think it, have it in your head. You gotta write it down. You gotta manifest it, right? So it's crazy because like, all right, so there's another subscriber named Down the Road, right? Shouts out to Down the Road. He got 2,000 subscribers now. He's moving up in the world, right? That man got a lot of talent too, right? I'm gonna have to put his name in the description too after I get done, right? But it's crazy because how I met Tracy Local Learning, I don't even really remember because like we'll be sitting there watching somebody's live and Tracy would be like, hey Tantrum. I'll be like, hey Tracy. And like she's in Canada, I'm in Ohio. We're watching somebody in Michigan or something like that. I think he's in Michigan. Then there's the other guy in Florida. Man, next know I'm talking to somebody in what is that? England, maybe it was Scotland, somewhere over there in Europe, right? Tracy Local Learning's down there, right? I'm like, wow. So I'm traveling the world and I'm in my house. I don't really leave too much because people are disrespectful. And she's in her world, in her land in Canada. But we're traveling the world together, watching people grow, and you know what I'm saying? Like this world, I hate to say because it's technology and it's not real because parents be like, you need to go outside, get off the phone, this and that, right? But with this world, you get to choose the people that you communicate and be around, right? And so I tell the little homies to think about the people that they grew up around, right? Most of the time, the people in your gang and this and that, they're only in your gang because they went to the same high school as you. They're the neighbor, your mom's best friend's son or daughter, you know what I'm saying? Like most of the time, the people that you're around when you're self-destructing were most of us did growing up where I was from. And a lot of these dudes around here that's growing up self-destructing. So I don't know, man. I just keep it in the back of their mind. I try to subconsciously put things in the back of their mind. She said, he started with us down the road. Oh, yeah, down the road. Yeah, down the road's a good dude, man. So, like, I was watching him cook he got tired of cooking hamburgers and hot dogs. And he has a grill on the back of his doors on the van. And he just pulled up and, man, look, that sounds like so much fun. And I thought about doing that too, right? I thought about doing that with the tattoo and like get a mobile tattoo and just drive around and do tattoos on people. But in some states, you gotta have different licenses for different states and all kinds of stuff like that. There you go. Good morning, bro. How you feeling, man? So look, Luciana's in here right now. This is who I was saying that you should go to her stream from 8:30 to 9:30 every day, Monday through Friday, right? She helps teach us everything that we need to learn. Yeah, Eric the kid down the road is great. He's friends with Bigfoot. Yeah, Bigfoot, for sure, for sure. Rising Phoenix, man. Bro, I was rolling. You was running from a dog, bro. Like, I was like, I hope you made it home safely. I see you did, though. I feel like Phoenix is crazy. It seemed like that was a cool spot you was at, though. Rising Phoenix, man, wherever you was at, it seemed like a cool spot. But that looked like I made it safe. I thought it was a coyote. All right, so coyotes, I'd rather it be a dog, or I'd rather it be a coyote, right? So coyotes, right, when I was in Nevada, right, they sent me to a program when I was like 15. And I thought it was gonna be like a cool, like all boys program. When I got there, it was boot camp, right? And I was in the middle of the desert, and like Area 51 was only like 45 miles away, and it was all kinds of crazy stuff, right? But I was non-compliant, what they call non-compliant. I didn't want to do the rules. I didn't want to do the push-ups and run 3 and 4 miles. Like that didn't just seem like a good idea for me at the time, right? So they put me in this thing called the non-compliant box, where they draw a box in the sand, and if you come out that box, then they restrain you, they hurt you, right? And I remember there was a group of coyotes, right? Well, actually, it was two coyotes, right? And one was like off in the distance to like the north, and one was off in the distance south. I don't even think the coyotes knew each other, right? And there they had pork for lunch, and I don't eat pork, right? They had hot dogs, right? So they were trying to force me to eat pork. So like they were being hard headed, I was being hard headed, I was non compliant. So I seen a coyote, and the coyote came kind of walking up. He was about maybe 20 feet away. So I was like, I didn't even really get scared because, there was Marines and staff members. I threw the hot dog at the coyote. The coyote picked up the hot dog, and then two crows flew down, right? And one flew up to a telephone pole, and one flew down by the coyote. And the coyote dropped the hot dog to try to chase the crow, and the other one swooped down and grabbed the hot dog, and they met at the top. And basically, they punked the coyote out of this hot dog. You know what I mean? So coyotes, I ended up running from that program and was in the middle of the desert for 3 days with no food or water. And they didn't mess with me. You see, Eric the kid said, I thought coyotes only chase road runners. Yeah, that's right, man. I don't think they hurt too many people. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if they're hungry enough. That was cool, Eric. Eric, where was you at again, Eric? I'm trying to think what state that was. Was it New Jersey? Were you on the Jersey Shore? Oh, yeah, no food or water, right? And it was like, all right, so I remember it was from December 20th in 1999 to December 24th in 1999. And I got to the program December 16th in 1999. So I was only there for 4 days. I didn't know where I was going. I just knew I didn't like that program. They were beating kids there, and I had to get up out of there, right? Man, 3 days with no food or water. I ended up making it to a town called Hawthorne, Nevada. And the other dude, he ended up, there was 3 of us that ran. One went back. Oh, Connecticut. All right, he's from Connecticut, yeah. Yeah, so there was 3 of us. One of us went back, and then I made it 45 miles, and then Jim J made it 300 miles away. Boogie Time, how you doing? In the background as you work. Oh yeah, that's what's up, man. Hey, look, Boogie Time, I swear, man, I got these books behind me. I know you can't see because you're listening, but that's all I do is I try to buy books and stuff from people I know in real life. You know what I'm saying? And I try to support people, so don't forget to get with me on the book side. I am from London, UK. Oh, you're visiting, you're from London. No, that's what's up, man. London gotta be cool. There gotta be a lot of cool spots in London. Man, London gotta be very cool. Shit. Compared to a lot of different spots in the earth right now that's kind of messed up. That's a pretty cool spot. But that's all I say. If you want to grow as a team, you know what I'm saying, you want to just keep building with people that are trying to grow. As long as people are trying to grow, you'll see the spirit where there's going to be days where, I don't feel like doing this and that. Man, there's so many days I'm overworked, man. There's so many messages. It took me like 2 days just to catch up on my tattoo messages, let alone I got messages from WhatsApp, Twitter, then the YouTube. I try to keep up on everything, right? Yes, I'm about to wash my work shirt. I gotta get ready to go in. That gotta be fun at Six Flags, right? So I had a friend and he used to do a lot of work, and he was like, he wanted me to go down to Six Flags and work, and they're like, you work for, let me think, we would have to go down there for like 3 weeks at a time or something like that. But it seemed like it would have been a lot of fun, but everyone was telling me it wasn't fun because you didn't have to work hard, but you didn't get to really do nothing until after. And then it seemed like there was a whole bunch of clowns that wanted to do dumb things. So I was like, yeah, that's somewhere I don't want to work. Yeah, Ohio, also a very cool place. So Ohio is cool. I got a lot of different experiences in a lot of different spots in Ohio. Youngstown, Ohio, everyone gave Youngstown a bad name, and it actually got some really, really, the best people I feel like in Ohio is in Youngstown. You know what I mean? Youngstown been through a lot in people, and so when you ever go through a town where the people been through a lot, and you'll see a lot of humble and good people. Don't get me wrong, there's always gonna be clowns everywhere you go, but I wasn't born in Ohio. I was born in Denver, Colorado, right? Denver, Colorado for the first 12 years of my life. Well, yeah, 12 years, and then I went to that program, Toledo. Yeah, so I did a story, right? And I had took the story down, and I was just thinking about yesterday about doing it. My Uncle Larry's from Cleveland. Oh, that's what's up. That's where I started off in Cleveland, right? But all right, so in Toledo, Ohio, there's if you got well, you don't have to look it up, but there's a hitman. There was a hitman there. He was a hitman for the Crips, right? And he came out of Toledo, Ohio. He killed like 7 people before he got caught. And I had got locked up, and I was always the super gang member, the hard headed, doing dumb stuff. And this dude was like a giant. So they told me that he was a Crip. So I blew down on him like, "Where you from?" Like on some gangster stuff, right? But he was actually real humble when he read books. And he's wrote like 12 books, and all he does is work out. He's real intelligent. Like you wouldn't think he was a hitman, right? But he just wrote me a letter not too long ago. I had gave him my word. He had gave me some colored pencils when I got there, and he helped me out make some money. So I had gave him my word that one day I'll reach back to him, and I did. But I can't do people with doing life sentences like that, man. I got a couple friends, but what can you tell someone doing life? You know what I mean? You messed up, man. I'm saying, like, get together. There's a lot of people out here in the real world that I need to help out. I visit Ohio sometimes, so I need to take the trip to see you and Boogie. Well, yeah, I didn't know Boogie was close to Ohio. Hey, Tantrum, great chatting with you. I have to get back to practice now. I'll leave this run, but I gotta help you out with your hours. All right, you too, Eric, the kid. Keep practicing, man. I promise you, you're gonna be famous, man. You're gonna be blowing up, speaking in existence, young man. You got this, man. See, that's the type of stuff that I like, man. I seen the little dude, Eric the Kid. Man, y'all gotta check out his little video, man. That little guy, he had people looking, you know what I'm saying? And I don't really watch like kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, I communicate with them and I play video games but this little dude, he's smooth, man. This little guy, he's gonna be one of them little dudes that got a lot of polish when he get older. You know how like a lot of little kids, they'll go through their bad 4s and 5s and 6s and 7s, like and then there's always that one kid that's real respectful, that's like 5 years old, that acts like he's like 90 years old. Well, how are you doing today? Well, thank you, sir. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you smile like that, and little dude got his own personality. So that's what I like doing. I like to help the little babies, you know what I mean? Yeah, oh yeah. So Eric, yeah. So after the live, if you're still around, make sure you comment your name so they can help you out. You know what I'm saying? We can help you with your watch time and watch hours too. You know what I mean? Because there's other people I know in real life that do music, and I don't even really. I might share their stuff every once in a while, but I'm not gonna send a whole bunch, my whole community to go support someone that I don't feel like would be grateful. Let's see. Cora, he's 16 today. Well, happy birthday to him, man. That's a blessing. That's a blessing, man. 16 is a beautiful age. My daughter, when she turned 16, the first thing she said is she wanted a tattoo. And I'm like, ah. But I know that she's the type of little chick that is going to have a whole bunch of tattoos regardless. So I feel like I should be the one to try to, get together. Now, I won't get in my feelings if she goes and gets tattoos from somewhere else. I promise her, right? Like, I'm not one of them dads that'll give my feelings, right? But yep, so 16 is one of them ages where, back in the days you used to buy your girl a car. That was like the last thing I wanted to do, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like she might kill herself in that car. Kids are reckless these days. Like, there ain't no sweet 16 gift this year, this time. But she's 18 now, and she seems like she's moving around, and she's trying to get her life working and stuff. Galaxy Gal, how you doing today? Yeah, but yeah, that's a blessing. So I don't know what to buy a 16-year-old, right? Besides, you give them money, right? But then if you give them money, you would think $50 would be all right, but $50 don't do nothing these days. It's like, all right, $50, that's just some Fortnite money. What's that, VC? So it's like, man, you got to be conscious. They're 16. I don't know. Yeah, that's probably the best thing to do. Give them money. You know what I'm saying? Nah, it's probably the worst thing to do. Probably get them something they need. Yakwaba. I don't know how to pronounce it all the way. What I'll do is I'll put in ChatGPT and I'll say, pronounce it right. Because I was trying to shout you out the other day, bro. And I was like, oh, man, that's one thing I always been bad at. Even when I would be studying, right? Because I always been like a visual learner. So like when I was studying Islam and they would tell me Uncle Talib's cousin Abu something, like I'll get confused. Like, hold up, who? Like, can I watch a cartoon about this so I could learn the characters like that? So, not to be funny, but I can't keep up with a lot of Middle Eastern names, and I'm Middle Eastern. I went past the tutu place yesterday and said never unless I make the Olympics and get the rings, but a small one. You might though, you never know. You just got to keep working at it hard. But I always have a plan, Eric the kid, right? I always have a plan, a backup plan, a backup plan for the backup plan. You know what I mean? That's all I tell a lot of dudes. I got a couple dudes that's winning the NFL. I got a couple homies that I got one little dude, he's going to NBA this year, DeJuan Wagner Jr., right? And his dad played with LeBron James, and his granddad, that was one of my right-hand mans, right? He's a kingpin out in New Jersey. But I just say to have a backup plan and just be positive and meet good people. And sometimes it's not what you know, it's who you know, but you want to know something, because if you don't know nothing, the people you know that do know something, they're going to be looking at you like you're a retard. Like, yeah. So you always want to educate. Education is like the best thing ever. Continue to educate and educate and educate. Right. Backup plan from A to Z. A to Z, you gotta have one. And I know a lot of it be time consuming. Like I could take a week off from doing tattoos and just get on that computer and just focus on the things I need, like finishing my book and putting YouTube projects together and all that. And it's still not gonna be enough time. Swahili is, Rising Phoenix says, Swahili and Spanish vowels are pronounced the same. They sound like an E and an A, Yeah, all right, so I'm not gonna lie, right? I had a cellmate, he was Palestinian, like he knew how to speak Arabic, and I was learning it, right? And he'd be like, thuh. And I'd be like, thuh. He'd be like, no, thuh. I'd be like, thuh. He'd be like, no. I'd be like, all right, man. I'm done. Because, like, what you're saying and what I'm saying sounds the same to me, but it don't sound the same to you, right? And don't get it wrong. Before it was done, I knew how to say the Fatiha better than most brothers on the compound, right? So I feel like I was brainwashing myself to the Quran though, and I was brainwashing myself to hustling to get money, and the whole time trying to survive, figuring out I wasn't educating myself like I should have been. I should have been studying law, studying words. Words is powerful. If you got a high vocabulary, you can convince anyone. You gonna have the gift of gab. You can convince anyone to do anything you want, right? And so I've seen it with my own eyes. Just because a person read a couple books, everyone's following behind them, and it don't be making sense, right? Yeah, I wonder how many people turned away the first video game. Yeah, right. Yeah, for sure, Eric. That's all I do is give advice. I be talking when I be doing my tattoo appointments. Man, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I just be knocking them out. Right. If I get vibes that you don't need to talk to, and you came from a good family, and you're not really making stupid mistakes, then I'm not gonna really talk your head off. Desi, what's going on, Desi? How you feeling, brother, man? I'm just trying to get good at this YouTube talking, right? Because I was always the one that would be like behind the camera, like produce some stuff, right? Like do the editing and stuff. So when I started figuring out that, oh yeah, well, how I got back into YouTube for real is I was gonna go back to college so I could be the motivational speaker. And then I started seeing computer science classes and I started thinking about going in debt. I'm like, nah. So I bought a computer, right? And I just started studying it. And then I started saying, dang, you could do this and that. Because I was playing the video game and people were asking me, well, how come my thing ain't moving and someone else was? Well, I know nothing about no algorithm or nothing like that. So I started studying it and then studying it and studying it. And then I started figuring out how to make shorts. And basically, a youngster inspired me to start YouTube. And then I went from there, right? So the little youngster came in here to get a tattoo. And he said, one day I'm going to have my own TV show. I said, that's what's up, young man. That's what's up, right? And he actually, I might have to find his YouTube. I could text him, right? It's delay something. Delay, but he spells it a little different, right? But he actually blew up to like 30,000 subscribers by the next time I seen him. And I'm like, well, how'd you do that? So he said, well, they love me, man. So I started studying his channel to see what he did. What he did was he just stole a movie clip and he uploaded it and everyone commented about it and got like 12 million views and he got all his subscribers like that. So I started to do what he did. Like, oh, I'm gonna go over here to TikTok, give me some Larry Birds, some Michael Jordans. I'm gonna kind of make it like who's the GOAT, get a debate going with LeBron James, you know what I'm saying? And we could get this algorithm moving. It was good, I got the subscribers, but then womp, womp, womp. Reuse content, you will not be monetized, right? So then I was like, all right, so I erased everything off my channel, man. And it was like when I was making shorts, I'd make a short about Nipsey Hussle and it'll get 300 likes real quick, right? Or I'll make some stuff with Tupac or DMX, the Lord's Prayer, you know what I'm saying? I would just try to make things that I felt like I wanted to make because I just wanted to do it because I like making videos like, oh, this is stuff that I wish I could have did when I was a kid and I could do it now because of technology, right? I'm with it, right? And so then I started seeing where you could do more and more and more and more, where you could take anything that you could think of and you could bring it to life, right? I think you said it correctly. Heel grabber. Yeah, me too. The background for people, but you sounding good. Laugh out loud. Yeah. So sometimes I don't know, like the other day when I was streaming, I was showing somebody something and I put the phone down and they were like, oh, now you sound good. Right, so I was like, oh man, these phones be weird sometimes. Just like Luciana's success story, was it last night or the day before she blew up Bubbles and I guess a bubble hit her phone and it muted her. I was like, wow, it muted her. Like, what? That's crazy. Y'all didn't get to hear my spider story, some of y'all, man. Last night I went to kill a spider, and I don't like killing nothing, you know what I'm saying? I really don't. But when I went to squash the spider, man, like 30 or 40, I don't even know how, man. I'm not even, like, I get the chills thinking about it came flying out from under the spider. I guess the spider was having birth as I killed him. Nah, the bubbles hate. Yeah, the bubbles was hating, man. You know, there's a troll in every bubble. Well, in every bottle, there's gonna be a troll somewhere, right? Someone secretly trolling. You know, there's them people too. Who drew that picture? So, which one? This one? All right. So this picture right here, right? This picture, I said I wanted to draw like 1 foot in the grave and 1 foot in the penitentiary, right? This is just a start, right? But I'm gonna actually turn it into a card, right? And then I'm gonna color it, like bring the facial stuff together and stuff like that, right? But yeah, that's all I do is I draw. Like all these pictures, I've drawn not once but twice because you gotta think, well, I've traced them once and then I've drawn them twice. I've traced them and then I tattoo them, right? So that's just in the last couple years since I lived in this house. Well, I've lived in this house for like 7 years now. I try to stay consistent with everything. Same phone number, same address. I try to treat everyone respectful. Like, I'm in the city and there's only like 70,000 people, right? And everybody knows where I live. So if I do something out of pocket, I'm not going to be hard to find, right? And that's fine with me because I don't do nothing out of pocket. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, it's not good to go outside and be like, I live right here and tell the whole world where you live because there's some creepy people out there, man. There'll be weird people that you won't even expect. Some lady will show up that's about 8 foot, 500 pounds, lifting cars, talking about come outside. Nah, I'm not going outside. I'm not no scary type person, but if a lady shows up that big, it's gonna be problems. I don't know. I try to pick a peaceful and quiet place, man. And then my atmosphere is always peaceful, right? I don't let alcohol in the house for real, for the most part. Every once in a while, a friend will come and he'll have him a bottle, and I ain't gonna tell him, nah, I'm be that old a-hole, but like, I don't like to be around alcoholics right now. If you could take a couple sips and be cool and function, but when you start taking a couple sips and you don't know where the bathroom is, you get to cussing people out, and people get to snapping on people. I can't be around that type of stuff, not at all. So I just choose to make my atmosphere quiet, smooth, relaxing. And so when the people come here to get tattooed, I put the music on for them. I'm about to get in their flat screen TV to put over there so they can watch whatever they want to watch and be comfortable. I'm probably getting a tattoo chair now. I made a little bit more room in here. My wife moved the candle room upstairs to give me my space because I feel like when I go to claim my taxes, if I claim this as a tattoo studio, then I could get expenses back. Yeah, everyone can't handle their drink at all, right? So before I started going full time with the tattooing, I was doing security at a bar, and the bartender, she used to get pissed. I'd be in the back smoking my blunt, and she'll come back there and she'll be like, "These guys are so disrespectful, this and that, right?" And I tell her, "Yeah, I know, man, because I see them. They're, man." To be around a whole bunch of drunk people when you're sober, you could really see the stupidity, right? But I had to tell her, well, you gotta think you're working around a whole bunch of drunks, and what happens when people get drunk? A whole bunch of bullshit, nonsense. And so after I gave her that advice, I started reevaluating the advice, right? Like if you give someone some advice, maybe maybe I should figure it out, you know? And so my tattooing started picking up more, and I left. And my best friend, he stayed at the bar, right? And not even 2 weeks later, he got shot right in the head. Right, he's still alive too, and he's living. His name is Beast, and he's a beast, right? Like he is a beast, right? And he's a ladies' man. Like I never seen so bad. Like I'll be doing security, and there'll be a whole row of women lined up at the bar, and they'll be like, "Well, hey man, what's up with Beast? Man, I don't know. You go ask him." Like they're crazy about Beast, so someone ended up shooting him in the head. And if I would have still been working there, I was the one that people had to worry about. I'm the little one, but I was the one you had to worry about. So I felt like I would have tried to live up to the name. So I'm glad everything happens for a reason. God moved me in a different direction. My best friend that got shot in the head, he's still alive. He's okay, but we're not best friends no more. Um, he's trying to take over my tattoo business. Me and him, we walking and stuff. We get out the car and we be walking in Walmart or something, and he'll see a cute chick and he'll be like, "Hey, come here, come here. Hey, you got tattoos? My dude does tattoos." And he'll be trying to talk to chicks, trying to use my tattoos. I'll be like, "Oh nah, man, don't do that, bro." Like certain things, just I don't. So he would try to make money. He wanted to be like a manager, right? And he's a Jamaican, right? But he's from New York and stuff. He's a good dude, right? It's just I don't like no one controlling me or telling me what to do or how I gotta do it. That's why I always been my own boss, right? Even when I sold drugs, people be like, "You should do it like this," or "You should do it like this," and no, I'm gonna treat like people will do it like this. And then I realized there's no such thing as a good drug dealer. You know what I'm saying? No matter how good I was helping people and getting them into rehab and doing this and that, at the end of the day, I was giving them people poison. And so that's why I always tell people, man, there be people here coming to get tattoos. And that I know some of them sell dope, probably. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to just put the jacket on them and stereotype them. But if I feel like that, I'm going to tell them 1,000 different reasons why, when they're here, why it's stupid to do that. We could train monkeys to sell dope, you know what I mean? Chimpanzees and stuff. So I feel like, people got to use their head and be smarter. So a lot of people don't want to hear what I'm saying. But one thing for sure, the little homies, they go ask the older homies. Like, I don't care if you're a Trippy Reds OG, if you're from Rated, 14, man, all these dudes out here, they know me, right? And even the OGs of the OGs, they're not going to go against me because they know what I've been through and they know the things that I've done and where I want to go in life. So I feel like even though I'm not from Ohio, Canton, Ohio is my home now. I know more people out here than people that are born and raised out here. And I know people from the age of 14 to 70. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I get into it, Paris. Well, why is my 16-year-old daughter on your friends list? You know what I'm saying? You're an old man. Well, because I tattooed the whole city. Ask her. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to accuse me of no weird stuff because that's when people get knocked around. Boogie Tom said, "That's awesome. Can make a difference." Yes, for sure. That's all I try to do is make a difference. And then see, when the little homies see that I go against their older homies that are on bull crap, you would think they would go against me for their older homie, but they start seeing the bigger picture like, dang, maybe I'm following after the wrong older homie. You know what I'm saying? Because I think I'm the cooler older homie because I still relate to the little dudes. I didn't square up. I didn't quit gang banging because I became a snitch or I got slapped up or DP'd or shot. Man, I switched my life around because I seen the bigger picture. And that dog that y'all probably hear in there snoring, he's the one that made me see that bigger picture. Him and my wife, you know what I'm saying? And then my twin brother, when he came out, he came from Hawaii and he was on drugs. And when he got off the airplane, he didn't even recognize who I was. And that made me think like, dang, I gotta quit selling drugs to people and switch my life around and really take things serious. Don't just talk about it, be about it. You know what I mean? So if I was a millionaire, I guarantee out of that $1 million, 600,000 of it would be given away. Probably more than that. My homeboy that got shot didn't survive. I hope he knows he was blessed to survive that. You probably seen one on the news. His name was Jay Green. His birth name Jordan. So you would have to say, so after the comment after this live, I got like 9 more minutes. Comment it, right? His name, and I'll check it out and look it up, right? But that's cool, right? Yeah. So that's why I said I want Boogie Time's book. You know what I'm saying? Anyone else in here that don't know Boogie Time? She's an author, and she's like I am. She's more of a protector slash provider. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my attributes, and that's why I ask people, well, if you're a superhero, right? What superhero would you be? And I always said I like Beast because he was big, he was blue, and he was intelligent, and he always thought right, and he didn't have to fight too many battles. You know what I mean? But I feel like how Lushan says champions and Nemo says stay phenomenal. I always call people superheroes because I feel like we all got superpowers, right? But I don't want to come on YouTube like, hey, superheroes or hey, earthlings, you know what I'm saying? Because I use the alien a lot because I don't look at color, right? So there's a lot of things that I do because I'm mixed, right? And I thought about like, dang, if my mom was Christian and my dad was Muslim, my gang is Hoover and their color is orange, right? I look Mexican and orange looks like red at night, so they don't know if I'm a Crip or Blood or if I'm a Norteño or a Sereno, right? I was raised around racist white people. Then I was in a Crip gang that grew up with Mexicans that lived on an Indian reservation. No wonder things was confusing for me and my twin brother, you know what I mean? So all I gotta know is that I could get through the little homies through food. A lot of them smoke weed, but I don't want to get to them through that. But food, video games, and money. If I tell them, or tattoos, right? If I tell them I'm doing a tattoo party and I got a little bit of food and I got a little bit of giveaways, you know what I'm saying? Come kick it. And then when they get here, they got to hear me talk for 3 hours about self-destruction. I feel like they start getting it after a while. Believe it or not, like they actually start getting it. And like, I ain't never seen nobody like get to the kids like I could get to them. And I'm not just saying that, like I actually could get to the little babies and teach the hardest, most gangster little homie how to be the most hardest gangster homie for his family, not for his gang. You know what I'm saying? Like I always tell little homies, if you were raised in a gang, love your gang, but love your family more, and realize that people in your gang don't have your best intentions. And most of the time, the people that do have the best intentions don't have nothing to do with the gang. I banged the same gang for almost 25 years, and out of the 25 years, I think I talked to 3 people still. 3 people. That means it ain't even have nothing to do with the gang. It's just I met 3 good men that was solid. You know what I mean? And that's from every neighborhood. We shouldn't be killing each other because colors, right? And like I said again, right? They always ask me, what's the difference between a Crip and a Blood and a Republican and a Democrat? And I always just say, you know, the Crips and Bloods, we killed each other, you know what I'm saying? Because that's how it was designed. The Democrats and Republicans, they fight to see who gets to kill each other. You know, like they're not killing each other, but they're fighting to see who they get to mess up, like Biden and them. We want to mess up the world for another 4 years. Trump, oh no, it's my turn to mess up the world for another 4 years. And etc. Right? And I hate to call names out like that, but the world is sickening and sad. And then we close the border on women, but we can't keep the border open because then we're really all gonna die of fentanyl and all kinds of stuff. So it's a lose-lose situation, and it don't matter. Think about if there was everybody on this world was peaceful, right? It would take one little kid throwing a rock that had a car swerve off the road and someone died and be war again. So that means that there's probably never going to be no peace on earth. All you got to do is pray to whatever God you believe in, because I feel like there's only one God, you know what I mean? But we just worship him a little different. Pray to God, you know what I'm saying? And try to help women and children and encourage our men to help women and children, and realize that there's a lot of people that's slow that don't got it up here. Sometimes you could give somebody a plan from A to Z, easy steps, and they'll still be scratching their head. So you got to work with some people, and you got to figure out where they're from so you could relate to them, and you could teach them the way they needed to be taught. Right? Some people don't understand certain algebra and stuff, but if you could break it down a different way, then they'll understand. That's why I try to avoid stepping into confrontations. Some females will go straight back to the dude. Imagine doing time and she's still with the guy you beat up for her. Yes. All right. So I had a situation like that. My girl's daughter, right? She got into it with this dude, and he was beating her up, and he lived a couple houses down. And I don't really like to get in situations like that, but he was manhandling her. I don't like nobody manhandling no woman in front of me, and I am the type that will get involved if you're walking down the street. I've done it before. A dude was beating this girl up, and they're walking down the street with the kids, right? And so when I confronted him, he got to flipping like, "This is my family. You can't tell me nothing about me and my family." Da da da. So he thought he was gangster, like he was gonna check me, and he was mad. So I said, hold up, let me get this straight, bro. This is your family?" He was like, "Yeah, this is my family." I'm like, "Well, right now you're scaring your family, bro. You're scaring them. Look at them." And that snapped him out of it. And he was like, "Dang, all right, man." And he walked off, but I know he felt stupid. You know, Luciana said, "Most of those jokers are related to, but if you don't seek knowledge, you won't know." For sure, for sure. You got to seek it. You got to want the knowledge, and you can't just let anybody just tell you anything. If someone tells you to do something, you should go, see why they said to do it that way, and maybe analyze in your head, if God gave me enough intellect to understand the difference, maybe I should use that intellect. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the blind, shouldn't it be leading me? Oh, this guy don't have no eyes and he's telling me to go this way. And everyone else got eyes and we're following the blind guy. And he's saying, "Oh, it's that way," because he feels the wind in the direction and stuff, and everyone with eyes is just following because we don't have intellect, right? Well, that's when I feel like God got to give us that intellect to be like, "Hold up, bro, it's not that way. What are you, blind? Oh, you are blind. Look, it's this way, y'all. Don't you see the dang tree right there, man? He's telling us to go this way and that way, and it's right there, right in front of us." And then people will start getting the picture a little bit better, right? So, what was that thing on Will Smith when he pursued happiness, that thing where he said, "God sent me a plane because it was drowning, it was flooding, and when dude drowned, he asked God, why didn't you help me?" He said, "Well, I sent you 2 boats and an airplane," or something like that. Basically, know when God is calling, you know what I mean? And know the difference when it's the devil too, because the devil, in Islam, we say the devil will piss in your ear, you know what I mean? Like, he'll play with your mind. And if you overthink certain situations, then that could be a problem too. Just like overthinking going lives and stuff and your nerves and stuff, the only way to get it going is to go live, communicate with people, try to help people out, and it will come. Find your right tribe. And so when I find people that are like us, I try to bring them to the tribe. Some come and some don't. All I could do is try to bring them in the right direction, But I appreciate all y'all coming and stopping through. I appreciate the support. I'm going to continue to grow. We're all going to continue to grow. And then we're going to help each other continue to grow. Flat out. You know what I mean? And we could come up with business plans and all kinds of stuff where we could make money too with this. You know what I'm saying? And have fun outside of YouTube. Like, I can start sending people candle wax. Stuff like that. I'm not promoting myself or nothing like that, I promise. But there's a million ways to get money, and I feel like if we work together, we're gonna succeed. But I appreciate all y'all stopping through. I really respect that, and I love y'all for it, man. I'm gonna be stopping by y'all channels. Make sure y'all hit that email list and to like and subscribe and comment after this live, man. I appreciate y'all. God bless.